Hey, Aim, why not discuss the mindset of haters? Don't you think that you would get a better idea on why they do the things that they do? Maybe we could cut them off at the knees and we don't have to deal with that. Why do we not discuss the mindset of haters? That's the topic of this video. That's the topic of this video. And you know what? I'll say it's a valid question. It's a question I've often asked. But it's a reason why I don't dedicate time to this and going down this rabbit hole. I normally go no further than just, hey, this is discouraging. They could be doing it, for this reason, that, and the other. And usually that's about when I cut it off. And I'm like, hey, but you've already discovered what's going on. Move on. Readjust how you're doing things. The reason why I do that, I find it a waste of time. I found throughout my life's experiences that it's a lot more time given into it than what needs to be. And at the end of the day, I still don't have an answer. You know what? Before I go into these examples, I actually had these examples as a part of another video, but I felt that it would stand better doing a separate video on just this. So it allowed me to, have time to dig into these examples. I've actually just forgotten what I was about to say in regards to, I think it's coming back to me. Hold on. You have to bear with me. You may have to fast forward the video to when you see my lips moving again. Hold on. I think what I was getting ready to say was, I've given time in the things that happen when I've talked about, and I've shared the examples on here, discouraging things that have been said, sideways comments, and it would rattle your cage because you're just like, man, the reason why it would rattle your cage is because I wouldn't expect it coming from this person. Whoa, this is way out of left field. This is somebody who's supposed to be here through thick and thin. If this is supposed to be unconditional, why am I getting this? And those are the most damaging moments that you'll experience this in, because it's at least expected, and it's the last thing that I ever want to do to anybody. But I'm not saying that I haven't. I've had everything I've discussed on this channel. No, I'm not going to say that I've thrown curveballs, but what I wanted to say is I have had words and conversations that were destructive. But coming from this place of hate, I can't think of any instance of me actually verbalizing and acting on that. Yes, having thoughts or envy with things that arise, and I've actually touched on that in my book. I've actually used me as the example, a real world example of something that's occurred, but I'm not going to spoil it. I'll leave that for when you read in the book. But when you have these things occur, and they'll rock you. They'll rock you because you're just like, man, I didn't expect that. Now, on one hand, I hate to even be saying it because it'll seem like for the people who feed on this stuff, like, yeah. See, I know that I'm getting to them. But on the other hand, I don't mind saying it because I'm letting you know I know what you're doing, and that's the reason why we're talking about what we're talking in this video, so other people don't have to go through this and not let this phase them. But one of the reasons why I don't get caught up in the mindset of why people are doing what they're doing is because you may walk away with the thought, man, I just came over here to share, or I just picked up the phone to share this, and I got this rebuttal, this response, something that it didn't even need a rebuttal. Why did I get this? Nothing too wrong and questioning that in that instance, but I've often walked away with it, and you're thinking about that a few days from now, may come back a week from now, and it's digging at you, and that was their intention, and you still don't have an answer. I've had, and I don't mind sharing this, I've had where something has been said, I've had it both ways. I've had it to where I've not said anything in that moment, but I'm like, why would they say that? And it's just like, I'm not going to say anything in this moment because this will be me acting on emotion, because that was hurtful. It was mean-spirited. It's just like, it was ugly. So I don't want to act ugly in return because right now I'm running on emotion. So I've actually went to my corner, thought on it, have come back. I've done this on multiple occasions and asked them. I didn't get an answer. On like the 3 occasions right off the top of my head that I'm thinking about it, 3 different individuals, I didn't get an answer. But the closest thing that I got to an answer is that sideways, throwing shade type laugh. I don't know why you feel like that. What's so funny? What I'm talking to you about, it's not funny. Does it sound like it's a smile coming through this phone? Does it seem like I'm looking and talking to you with any sort of jovial, lighthearted attitude on what we're talking about? What's so funny? Probably one of the only few times you see the whole row, the side row of somebody's teeth. Look like a freaking hyena. That's on you. You feel that way. No, it ain't about me feeling that way. What did you say? Why did you say it? I think you get where I'm going with this video already. Waste of time. Not only are you wasting my time, my thought process, my energy coming back to this to discuss this. Not to mention, I'm going to add on another not to mention. The time that you hadn't seen that I've given thought to this to even come up over here and do this, I could have been doing anything else. Anything else productive besides addressing this. Yes, I understand people are imperfect. I understand that you're not going to get perfect interactions. But this is nonsense. It's a waste of energy. It's a waste of my time. And I still don't have an answer upon it. Only you know why you did what you did or said what you said. And in reality, I do too. But it's just like, are you kidding me? It's a waste of your time. Who cares on why they said what they said, why they're viewing you like how they're viewing you, you trying to analyze you all's relationship to see how, who cares? I got a ton of other videos talking about you have to constantly reevaluate who's there. I've had relationships where they've been in my life, I would say more so, more than half of my life. And I've still had to reevaluate why they were there. Some of those relationships had to come to an end. Because I'm like, yeah, it started out good, but it ended up sour. Not just the end portion, because you're going to go through bad points in your relationship and in life. That's just life. But when I'm looking back at the history of the way that this whole relationship has rocked and rolled, you've been a headache. You've been a thorn in my side. And I've dedicated way more time than I should have into dealing with foolishness. I ain't. Why not focus on the mindset of haters? Maybe you can alleviate on what they're doing. Do you see why we don't now? You can alleviate what they're doing by recognizing what they're doing and cutting it off. Not being a part of it. How do you cut it off and not be a part of it? It's more, and I don't want people to read into it, it's more to this than just, well, oh, I ain't said cut them off, just cut up. No, I've done it now. Cutting them off and some of the things that led to those very discouraging interactions. That's the very reason why I state people don't have to be all up in your business on your goals, your know-how, the whole breakdown and theory behind what you're doing. Over-explaining yourself. That's another one. Seeking approval of others for things that you're trying to do up off in your life. You're a little bit scatterbrained. You don't really know if you should go this way or that way. I'll discuss this up with you. People can end up feeling like they have say-so in the things that you do. Nothing wrong with talking with people. Nothing wrong with doing some of the things that we just were talking about. You're reaching out, aid and assistance. Everybody needs aid and assistance. But I'm talking about doing it to a degree to where it shows that you're not capable of making up your mind on your own. Or it shows that, hey, I can't really make any big moves in my life unless I run this by X, Y, and Z. There are situations, and let's not be silly about this now. There are situations for people that need such assistance. We're not talking about that. I'm just talking about day-to-day interactions, things that you know how to do, you're capable of doing, but you're lacking that confidence. You're being unsure of yourself. You're bringing people in way more, way closer, way more than they should be. It's almost like you're trying to get them to walk in your shoes and do this. The takeaway from this is not to isolate yourself. I ain't gonna tell anybody anything. It's to keep from overly doing anything. You can overindulge and go overboard with anything in life. Things that are completely awesome and good, you can go way out in left field and do too much. I should know. I've done it. Turn a good thing into a bad thing. Capstone this video off with stating we all need help. We're all just standing on one leg. Today, I may be standing tall and you're leaning on me. The next day, you may be standing tall and I'm leaning on you. That's what I mean by we're all standing on one leg. It's just the appearance of how it looks. We all need assistance. Nothing wrong in stepping up to the plate, saying you needed assistance. That's the reason why I created this channel. It allows you to be able to watch it, get sound advice. You don't have to worry about it being skewed and jaded because I don't know you. So you know I can't be just telling you what you want to hear. You can generally take the things that I state and you can come to a well-informed decision on your own. Or if you need to talk with somebody up on it, then you can do that as well. You got another viewpoint outside of your circle that's not judging you. Wouldn't be judging you anyway if I knew you, but you're going to go into another video doing that. Stay tuned. The video talking about being judgmental, judgy. If you hadn't already, hit the subscribe button. Follow my other social media, Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram. Obviously, I'm on YouTube. This is where I'm hosting my videos at. Stay encouraged. Avoid being discouraged. I'm Ayn. You have a good one.